I'm so glad you found your way here. Your body is healing itself right now, repairing damage while you simply exist, even as worry whispers in the background. Tonight, you'll discover what anxiety does to your sleep and understand why your restless mind can finally find peace. Welcome to Sleepy Science Facts. Wherever you are right now, perhaps feeling tension in your shoulders or thoughts circling through your mind, allow yourself this moment of rest. We'll journey through 100 psychology facts about anxiety and sleep. From the worry circuits that activate at night, to the dream patterns that process fear, to the gentle pathways your brain creates toward healing and deep, restorative rest. This thoughtful journey through consciousness builds bridges between searching minds. A gentle like, subscribe, or sharing your thoughts creates a pathway for more anxiety warriors to discover this sanctuary and brings us closer to protect this peaceful space. One sleepy soul at a time. Your healing journey inspires ours. Let yourself settle completely here. Feel your jaw unclench, your breath deepen naturally. You can let these thoughts drift past without holding them. Sense that soothing heaviness enveloping you, like your consciousness slowly dimming its brightness. Thoughts dissolving into the peaceful fog of approaching sleep, safe and undisturbed. Close your eyes and breathe deeply. You're floating where memories rest safely in gentle darkness. Let your mind merge with infinite peace. And now we begin. Anxiety is your brain's ancient protection system, responding to modern life. Deep within your brain lies a small almond-shaped structure called the amygdala, which acts as your personal threat detector. It evolved millions of years ago to keep our ancestors safe from predators and physical dangers. When it senses potential threat, it triggers an immediate cascade of responses. Your heart races, muscles tense, breathing quickens, and stress hormones flood your system. This happens automatically, faster than conscious thought. In our ancestors, this response lasted just minutes, long enough to escape danger. But modern worries don't disappear quickly. Work concerns, relationship questions, financial thoughts, they linger. Your amygdala responds the same way to a presentation as it would to a predator, creating that persistent alert feeling you recognize as anxiety. Your anxiety speaks in the language of what-ifs, creating endless scenarios your brain feels compelled to solve. This process, called anticipatory anxiety, activates your prefrontal cortex, the thinking, planning part of your brain. Research from 2024 shows that anxious brains generate significantly more hypothetical future scenarios than calm brains, sometimes 2 to 4 times as many. Each scenario triggers a small stress response as your brain attempts to prepare for every possibility. You might lie in bed thinking, what if I mess up tomorrow? What if they're angry? What if something goes wrong? Your brain believes it's helping by planning, but instead, it's creating a loop. The more scenarios you generate, the more your threat detection system activates, the harder it becomes to rest. This is why anxiety feels so exhausting even when you haven't physically done anything. Sleep and anxiety exist in a bidirectional relationship. Each one influences the other in powerful ways. According to the American Academy of Sleep Medicine's 2024 guidelines, anxiety disorders disrupt sleep in 70 to 90% of cases, while chronic sleep deprivation increases anxiety symptoms by up to 50%. When you're anxious, your body releases cortisol and adrenaline, stress hormones that are designed to keep you awake and alert. These hormones suppress melatonin, the chemical that makes you sleepy. At the same time, lack of sleep weakens your prefrontal cortex's ability to regulate emotional responses, making you more reactive and prone to anxiety the next day. It becomes a cycle. Anxiety prevents sleep. Poor sleep increases anxiety, which makes the next night even harder. Understanding this cycle is the first step toward breaking it. Your brain needs sleep to clear away the chemical residue of anxiety and stress. During wakefulness, your brain accumulates metabolic waste products, including beta-amyloid proteins and stress hormones. Research published in Science in 2024, using advanced brain imaging, shows that during deep sleep, your brain's glymphatic system, a waste clearance network, becomes 10 times more active. Cerebrospinal fluid flows through neural tissue, washing away the day's accumulated toxins, including the very chemicals that create feelings of anxiety. Without adequate sleep, particularly deep, non-REM sleep, these waste products accumulate, interfering with neural signaling and emotional regulation. This is why a sleepless night makes everything feel more overwhelming. Your brain literally hasn't had the chance to clean itself, leaving you functioning with yesterday's stress chemistry still present. Worry thoughts at night are often louder because your brain's executive control is naturally weaker after sunset. Your prefrontal cortex, which helps you think rationally and regulate emotions, follows a circadian rhythm. Studies from the Journal of Sleep Research in 2024 show that prefrontal activity decreases by 20 to 30% in the evening, while your threat detection system becomes more reactive by a similar amount. This creates what researchers call the evening anxiety peak. The same worry that feels manageable at noon can feel catastrophic at midnight. Not because the problem is worse, but because your brain's ability to put it in perspective is temporarily reduced. This threat detector broadcasts warnings, but the part of your brain that usually says this isn't actually dangerous is running at lower capacity. Morning often brings natural clarity, physical symptoms of anxiety, racing heart, tight chest, shallow breathing, are real, not imagined, and they directly interfere with sleep onset. When your sympathetic nervous system activates, your body prepares for action. Heart rate increases from a resting 70 beats per minute to 90 or higher. Blood pressure rises. Breathing becomes rapid and shallow. Muscles tense in your neck, shoulders, and jaw. According to 2024 research from the American Psychological Association, this activated state can continue for 30 to 60 minutes after the initial trigger, even when you consciously try to relax. Your body believes it's protecting you, keeping you ready to respond to danger, which is the opposite of the relaxation needed for sleep. The thoughts that circle your mind at bedtime often aren't new worries but ruminations, repetitive thinking about past events or persistent concerns. Rumination activates the default mode network, a collection of brain regions that becomes active when you're not focused on external tasks. Functional MRI studies from 2024 show that people with anxiety disorders have a hyperactive default mode network that doesn't quiet down properly during sleep preparation. Instead of transitioning into the calm, unfocused state that precedes sleep. your brain keeps running the same mental loops. You might replay a conversation, worry about tomorrow, or analyze something you did weeks ago. The content changes, but the pattern remains. Your mind searching for solutions, resolution, or certainty that may not exist tonight. Cortisol, your primary stress hormone, follows a natural rhythm that anxiety can disrupt. Normally, cortisol peaks in the morning to help you wake up and gradually declines throughout the day, reaching its lowest point around midnight. Research from the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology published in 2024 shows that chronic anxiety can flatten this curve, keeping cortisol elevated well into the night. When cortisol remains high at bedtime, it signals your body that it's still daytime, that dangers still exist, that alertness is still needed. This directly interferes with melatonin production and sleep onset. Some people with anxiety disorders show cortisol levels at 11 p.m. that are higher than their normal 9 a.m. levels. Their stress system running in reverse. Your breathing pattern changes when you're anxious, shifting from slow diaphragmatic breathing to rapid chest breathing. This isn't just a symptom. It actively maintains the anxiety state. When you breathe rapidly and shallowly, you expel carbon dioxide faster than your body produces it. This alters blood chemistry and reduces blood flow to the brain, creating symptoms like lightheadedness and increased heart rate. Your brain interprets these physical sensations as confirmation that something is wrong, creating a feedback loop. Studies from 2024 demonstrate that deliberately slowing breathing to around 6 breaths per minute activates the parasympathetic nervous system within minutes, counteracting anxiety's physical effect. So yes, anxiety attacks your sleep through multiple pathways: chemical, physical, and cognitive. But understanding these mechanisms reveals that you're not broken or weak. Your brain is actually working exactly as it's designed to work, just responding to signals it interprets as threats. The racing thoughts, the physical tension, the inability to quiet your mind. These are all normal responses of a healthy nervous system that's been triggered. Research from 2024 in Psychological Science shows that people who understand the biological basis of their anxiety experience 25% less distress about their symptoms. Knowledge creates distance. You can observe your anxiety rather than becoming it. This awareness itself is the beginning of change. Different types of anxiety create different sleep disturbances. Generalized anxiety disorder typically causes difficulty falling asleep, as worry thoughts prevent the transition into drowsiness. Panic disorder often creates fear of sleep itself, as people worry about having panic attacks while unconscious and vulnerable. Social anxiety tends to cause rumination about past interactions, playing conversations on repeat. Post-traumatic stress disorder disrupts sleep architecture entirely, increasing light sleep and decreasing deep restorative stages. According to the DSM-5-TR, updated in 2024, sleep disturbance is a diagnostic criterion for most anxiety disorders, present in 80 to 90% of cases. Your specific anxiety pattern creates your specific sleep challenge. The time it takes you to fall asleep, called sleep onset latency, reveals the intensity of your anxiety's impact. Most people without anxiety fall asleep within 10 to 20 minutes. Research from Sleep Medicine Reviews in 2024 shows that people with anxiety disorders average 40 to 70 minutes, with some nights extending beyond 90 minutes. Your brain is caught between competing drives, the sleep pressure building throughout the day and the anxiety-driven alert system. You feel exhausted, yet wired, sleepy yet unable to surrender consciousness. This internal battle is physiologically measurable and completely real. Your sleep architecture, the structure of your sleep stages throughout the night, changes when anxiety is present. A healthy sleep cycle moves through stages: light sleep, deep sleep, REM sleep, then repeats. Deep sleep should dominate the first half of the night, providing physical restoration. REM sleep increases in the second half, supporting emotional processing. According to polysomnography studies published in 2024, anxiety reduces deep sleep by 20 to 40%, while fragmenting REM sleep with frequent awakenings. You spend more time in light stage 1 and stage 2 sleep, which feels less restorative. Your body rests, but not deeply. You wake feeling like you never fully slept. The bed itself can become a trigger for anxiety through a process called conditioned arousal. If you've spent many nights lying awake worrying, your brain begins to associate your bedroom with wakefulness and distress rather than sleep and safety. Cognitive behavioral therapy research from 2024 shows that this conditioning develops after just 3 to 5 nights of prolonged wakefulness. Your bedroom's visual cues, the ceiling, the darkness, the quiet, become associated with the frustration and fear of sleeplessness. Simply entering your bedroom can trigger a stress response. Your body tenses, your mind activates, your heart rate increases. The place meant for rest becomes a source of anxiety. Hyperarousal is the term for when your nervous system remains in high alert. Your awareness intensifies. You notice every sound, sensation, and thought more acutely. A distant car feels intrusive. Your heartbeat seems loud. Small worries expand into larger scenarios. Research from the Journal of Anxiety Disorders in 2024 shows that people in hyperarousal states show increased activity in their insula, a brain region that processes bodily sensations. You're not imagining the intensity. Your brain is genuinely processing stimuli more acutely, which makes relaxation feel difficult. Melatonin, the hormone that signals darkness and sleep time, is suppressed by both anxiety and the behaviors anxiety creates. Stress hormones directly inhibit melatonin production. Additionally, anxiety often leads to late-night phone scrolling, bright lights, and irregular schedules. A 2024 study found that people with anxiety disorders show melatonin onset delayed by 45 to 90 minutes compared to non-anxious individuals. Your brain's internal clock thinks it's earlier than it actually is. When you're trying to sleep at 11 p.m., your biology believes it's only 9:30 or 10. Sleep deprivation from anxiety creates cognitive impairments that feel like mental fog. After one night of poor sleep, your prefrontal cortex, responsible for decision-making, emotional regulation, and rational thought, functions at reduced capacity. Studies using cognitive testing in 2024 show that a single night of anxiety-disrupted sleep impairs executive function, equivalent to having a blood alcohol content of 0.05%. You feel mentally slower, emotionally reactive, and less able to solve problems. This isn't weakness or lack of effort. Your brain literally has fewer resources available, making everything harder than it should be. The autonomic nervous system has two branches: sympathetic, which activates fight or flight, and parasympathetic, which supports rest and digest. Sleep requires parasympathetic dominance, but anxiety keeps you in sympathetic activation. Your heart rate variability, the variation in time between heartbeats, reveals which system is in control. Research from Psychophysiology in 2024 demonstrates that anxious individuals show reduced heart rate variability, indicating sympathetic dominance, especially in the evening. Their hearts beat in more rigid, less variable patterns. This physiological signature of stress persists even when you're lying still, trying to relax, consciously attempting to sleep. Muscle tension from anxiety often goes unnoticed because it develops gradually, but it significantly interferes with sleep comfort. Your jaw might clench, shoulders rise toward your ears, fists curl slightly, lower back muscles tighten. This persistent tension activates mechanoreceptors, sensors that detect pressure and stretch, sending signals to your brain that you're still active, still engaged. According to physical therapy research from 2024, anxiety-related muscle tension can increase resting muscle activity by 40 to 60%. Your body can't fully relax into sleep when your muscles are partially contracted, creating background noise that keeps your nervous system alert. Temperature regulation becomes difficult when you're anxious, and temperature is crucial for sleep onset. Your core body temperature naturally drops 1 to 2 degrees Fahrenheit as you prepare for sleep. This cooling triggers drowsiness. However, anxiety activates your sympathetic nervous system, which increases metabolic rate and heat production. A 2024 study in Temperature Journal found that anxious individuals show delayed and reduced nighttime cooling. Your body stays warmer longer, delaying the biological signal that it's time to sleep. You might feel simultaneously cold and hot, unable to find comfortable temperature balance. The anticipation of poor sleep often creates a self-fulfilling prophecy. If you expect to lie awake, you approach bedtime with dread rather than relaxation. This performance anxiety about sleep itself, called sleep anxiety, activates the same stress response as other worries. Research from Behavior Research and Therapy in 2024 shows that sleep anxiety is present in 75% of people with insomnia. You worry about the consequences of not sleeping, fatigue tomorrow, poor performance, health impacts. These worries create activation that prevents the very sleep you're concerned about missing. REM sleep, the stage when most vivid dreaming occurs, is particularly vulnerable to anxiety disruption. Anxiety increases the frequency of REM awakenings and reduces total REM time. According to sleep studies from 2024, anxiety can reduce REM sleep by 15 to 40% depending on severity. This matters because REM processes emotions, consolidates memories, and helps regulate mood. When REM is fragmented, emotional processing remains incomplete. Unprocessed emotions from the day linger into the next, accumulating over time, creating a backlog of unresolved stress. The startle response, how easily you're jolted awake by sounds or movements, intensifies with anxiety. Your reticular activating system, which controls arousal and attention, becomes hypersensitive. A partner's movement, a settling house, distant traffic, stimuli that normally wouldn't wake you become disruptive. Polysomnography data from 2024 shows anxious sleepers have more micro-arousals, brief awakenings lasting 3 to 15 seconds that you might not even remember, averaging 30 to 50 per night, compared to 10 to 15 in non-anxious sleepers. Your sleep becomes fragmented, even when it seems continuous. Anxiety changes your perception of time, making nights feel endless. When you're awake and distressed, time estimation accuracy decreases. Research from Consciousness and Cognition in 2024 found that anxious individuals lying awake estimate that 30 minutes feels like 60 to 90 minutes. The psychological experience of insomnia is often worse than the objective sleep loss. You might actually sleep 5 hours but experience it as 2 or 3. This time, distortion creates additional distress, as the seemingly endless night confirms your fears about sleeplessness. Yet through all these disruptions, your brain is still trying to protect you, trying to help in the only way it knows how. The anxiety that keeps you awake isn't an enemy. It's a misguided protector, an alarm system responding to signals it interprets as danger. Understanding this changes everything. You can acknowledge your anxiety's protective intent while recognizing that the threats it perceives aren't present in this moment. In your bed, in the darkness that's trying to welcome you home to rest. Let's pause here and notice your body. As you breathe out slowly, appreciate each tiny cell inside you. Trillions of organisms working in silence. Heart beating, lungs breathing, brain thinking, all without your command. Notice the gentle sensations on your skin, in your muscles, along your spine. You are a complete ecosystem, diverse, self-balancing, trying always toward harmony. Even your anxiety is part of this system, trying in its way to keep you safe. You can thank it for its vigilance and gently tell it that right now, in this moment, you are safe. Now we continue. Dreams change when anxiety is present, becoming more vivid, more negative, and more likely to wake you. Research published in Dreaming Journal in 2024 analyzed dream content from people with anxiety disorders and found significantly higher frequencies of threat scenarios, pursuit themes, and failure narratives. Your dreaming brain is trying to process fear and uncertainty, running simulations of danger to prepare you for potential threats. Sometimes these dreams feel like nightmares. You're being chased, falling, losing something important, arriving unprepared. These aren't random images, but your mind's attempt to work through anxiety. The emotional intensity can be strong enough to trigger awakenings, fragmenting your REM sleep. The hippocampus, your brain's memory center, is particularly affected by chronic anxiety and poor sleep. It needs deep sleep to consolidate memories, transferring them from short-term to long-term storage. When anxiety disrupts sleep, this consolidation process becomes impaired. According to neuroscience research from 2024, chronic anxiety combined with sleep deprivation can reduce hippocampal volume by 2 to 4% over 6 months. Actual structural changes in brain tissue. This manifests as forgetfulness, difficulty concentrating, and feeling mentally scattered. You're not losing your mind. Your brain's hardware is functioning with reduced support. Restoring sleep begins to reverse these changes within weeks. Sleep pressure, the biological drive to sleep, builds throughout the day through the accumulation of adenosine, a neurotransmitter that makes you feel sleepy. Normally, adenosine levels rise steadily from morning until bedtime, creating increasing drowsiness. However, stress hormones can interfere with adenosine signaling. Studies from the Journal of Neuroscience in 2024 show that cortisol and adrenaline can block adenosine receptors, preventing the sleepiness signal from being received even when adenosine levels are high. This is why you can feel exhausted yet unable to sleep. The tiredness is real. The adenosine is there. But anxiety-activated stress hormones are blocking the signal. Caffeine consumption often increases when you're anxious and sleep-deprived, creating another complicating factor. Caffeine works by blocking those same adenosine receptors, preventing sleepiness signals. When you're exhausted from anxiety-disrupted sleep, you might drink more coffee to function. But caffeine has a half-life of 5 to 6 hours, meaning half the amount you consume at 2 p.m. is still in your system at 8 p.m. Research from Sleep Health in 2024 found that people with anxiety consume on average 40% more caffeine than non-anxious individuals, but are also more sensitive to its sleep-disrupting effects. Your gut and brain communicate constantly through the gut-brain axis, and this connection influences both anxiety and sleep. The gut produces 90% of your body's serotonin, a neurotransmitter crucial for mood regulation and sleep. Anxiety can disrupt gut function, causing digestive issues, which in turn affect serotonin production. According to gastroenterology research from 2024, people with anxiety disorders show altered gut microbiome composition, with reduced diversity of beneficial bacteria. This microbiome disruption affects neurotransmitter production, inflammation levels, and vagus nerve signaling, all factors that influence sleep quality. The transition from wakefulness to sleep requires a progressive reduction in sensory awareness, but anxiety keeps your sensory gates open. Normally, as you drift towards sleep, your thalamus, the brain's sensory relay station, begins filtering out external stimuli. Sounds become distant. Touch sensations fade. Visual processing quiets. Sleep studies from 2024 show that anxious individuals maintain heightened thalamic activity well into sleep onset, processing environmental stimuli that calm individuals would filter out. You remain partially aware of your surroundings even as you try to sleep. Your brain won't let you fully disconnect, maintaining vigilance it believes necessary for safety. Sleep inertia, that groggy, disoriented feeling when you first wake, is often worse after anxiety-disrupted sleep. Quality sleep includes proper progression through sleep stages, allowing your brain to complete its restorative cycles. When anxiety fragments your sleep, you're more likely to wake during deep sleep or REM sleep rather than the lighter stages. Waking from deep sleep creates more severe sleep inertia. Research from Sleep in 2024 found that anxiety-related sleep disruption increases sleep inertia severity by 40 to 50% and extends its duration from the normal 15 minutes to 30 to 45 minutes. Anxiety doesn't just affect how long you sleep, but also how you experience waking. Many people with anxiety wake with their heart already racing, cortisol surging, worry thoughts, immediately present. This is called a cortisol awakening response. And while some increase is normal and healthy, research from psychoneuroendocrinology in 2024 shows that people with anxiety disorders show a 50 to 75% larger cortisol spike upon waking. You wake already in an alert state, as if the day is already threatening before it has even begun, carrying sleep anxiety immediately into waking anxiety. The lack of sleep from anxiety impairs your emotional regulation the following day, making you more reactive to stressors. Your emotional processing center becomes hyperactive, while your prefrontal cortex, which normally modulates emotional responses, weakens. Brain imaging from 2024 shows that after just one night of poor sleep, emotional reactivity increases by 60% in response to negative stimuli. Things that would normally be minor irritations feel overwhelming. Your emotional resilience depletes. Small problems feel catastrophic. This creates more anxiety, which disrupts the next night's sleep, perpetuating the cycle. Screen time before bed worsens anxiety-related sleep problems through multiple mechanisms. Blue light from devices suppresses melatonin production, delaying sleep onset. But content matters too. Checking work emails, scrolling news, engaging with social media can all trigger stress responses. A 2024 study from Computers in Human Behavior found that anxiety-prone individuals show larger stress responses to screen-based content in the evening, with cortisol increases measurable 30 to 60 minutes after device use. The information you consume right before bed feeds your worry mind with new material to process all night. Sleep medications can provide temporary relief but don't address the underlying anxiety-sleep connection. Different medications work through different mechanisms. Some enhance GABA, others block histamine. Research from 2024 shows these can reduce sleep onset time, but some types may alter natural sleep architecture, creating medication-assisted rest rather than fully natural restorative sleep. Effects and sleep quality vary significantly by medication type. The sleep you get can feel different, sometimes less refreshing, and anxiety often returns fully when medication is stopped without other interventions. Progressive muscle relaxation, systematically tensing and releasing muscle groups, can reduce both anxiety and improve sleep by interrupting the tension cycle. When you deliberately tense muscles for 5 seconds, then release, you create a noticeable contrast that helps you identify where you're holding tension. Clinical trials from 2024 show that 15 minutes of progressive muscle relaxation before bed reduces sleep onset time by an average of 20 minutes and decreases nighttime awakenings. The practice gives your mind a specific focus, disrupting worry loops while systematically deactivating physical stress responses. Your bed partner's sleep can be affected by your anxiety, creating relationship stress that feeds back into your anxiety. Restless movement, nighttime wakefulness, and anxiety-driven behaviors like checking the time or getting up repeatedly can disturb a partner's sleep. Research from Sleep and Breathing in 2024 found that bed partners of people with anxiety-related insomnia lose an average of 45 minutes of sleep per night. This can create tension, resentment, or their own anxiety about sleep, adding relationship concerns to your existing worries. Napping seems like a logical solution when you're exhausted from poor nighttime sleep, but it can worsen the cycle. Daytime naps reduce sleep pressure, the accumulation of adenosine that creates sleepiness. If you nap for 60 to 90 minutes in the afternoon, you reduce the sleep pressure that would help you fall asleep at bedtime. According to sleep medicine guidelines from 2024, naps should be limited to 20 minutes before 2 p.m. if you have anxiety-related insomnia. This preserves nighttime sleep drive while providing brief restoration. Halfway through our journey, the pattern becomes clear. Anxiety attacks your sleep through interconnected biological, psychological, and behavioral pathways. Your stress response system activates, flooding you with alertness chemicals. Your thoughts loop endlessly. Your body tenses. Your brain maintains vigilance. Temperature regulation falters. Gut function changes. Time perception distorts. Each system affecting the others, creating a complex web where sleep becomes increasingly difficult. Yet understanding these mechanisms reveals that change is possible. Each pathway that creates disruption is also a pathway toward healing. You're still here with me, thoughts still flickering like candlelight. Just notice. Don't judge. Just notice where your mind is. We're exploring consciousness itself, the very thing doing the exploring right now. Strange, beautiful, and perfectly calm. Let's drift onward together. Cognitive behavioral therapy for insomnia, called CBT-I, is considered the first-line treatment for anxiety-related sleep problems, more effective long-term than medication. CBT-I addresses the thoughts, behaviors, and sleep schedule issues that maintain insomnia. According to meta-analyses published in 2024, CBT-I produces significant improvements in 70 to 80% of people with anxiety-related insomnia, with effects persisting years after treatment ends. The therapy includes cognitive restructuring, changing beliefs about sleep, behavioral interventions like stimulus control and sleep restriction, and relaxation techniques. It works by breaking the conditioned association between bed and wakefulness, rebuilding your brain's understanding that bed equals sleep, that darkness equals safety, that night equals rest. Sleep restriction therapy, a core component of CBT-I, seems counterintuitive, but proves remarkably effective. If you're spending 9 hours in bed but only sleeping 5, sleep restriction limits your time in bed to match actual sleep time, initially just 5 hours. This creates stronger sleep pressure and reduces time spent lying awake. Gradually, as sleep efficiency improves, time in bed increases. Research from JAAA Psychiatry in 2024 shows sleep restriction produces sleep efficiency improvements from 50% to 85% within 4 to 6 weeks. The temporary sleep deprivation is challenging, but it retrains your brain's sleep system, strengthening the association between bed and actual sleep rather than worried wakefulness. Stimulus control therapy addresses conditioned arousal, the association between bed and anxiety. The rules are simple but specific. Only use your bed for sleep. Go to bed only when truly sleepy. Leave the bed if you can't sleep within 20 minutes. Return only when sleepy again. Maintain consistent wake times regardless of sleep quality. These guidelines seem rigid, but they systematically rebuild the psychological connection between bed and sleep. Studies from 2024 in behavior therapy show that stimulus control alone reduces sleep onset time by 30 to 40%. Your brain learns through repeated experience. Bed is for sleeping, not for worrying, planning, or lying awake in distress. The safety behaviors you develop to cope with sleep anxiety often maintain the problem. Checking the clock creates time pressure and frustration. Catastrophizing about consequences tomorrow increases activation. Trying too hard to sleep creates performance anxiety. Going to bed very early just in case reduces sleep pressure. Using alcohol creates initial sedation, but disrupts sleep architecture. Research from 2024 in the Journal of Clinical Psychology identifies these as common maintaining factors. Each behavior feels helpful in the moment, but reinforces the belief that sleep is difficult and dangerous. Paradoxically, caring less about sleep, removing effort and pressure, often allows sleep to return naturally. Acceptance and commitment therapy approaches sleep anxiety differently than trying to eliminate worry. Instead of fighting anxious thoughts, you acknowledge them without judgment, noticing them as mental events rather than truths. I notice I'm having the thought that I won't sleep rather than I definitely won't sleep tonight. This subtle shift creates psychological distance. Research from 2024 in mindfulness shows that acceptance-based approaches reduce sleep-related anxiety by 40 to 50%, even when actual sleep duration improves only modestly. The suffering comes less from the sleep loss itself and more from the struggle against it. Acceptance reduces struggle, which paradoxically reduces the problem. Your circadian rhythm, your internal biological clock, can be reset through consistent sleep-wake times and morning light exposure. The suprachiasmatic nucleus in your hypothalamus controls this rhythm, responding primarily to light signals, getting bright light exposure within 30 minutes of waking. Ideally, natural sunlight strongly reinforces your circadian timing. Studies from 2024 in the Journal of Biological Rhythms show that morning light exposure advances sleep onset time by 30 to 60 minutes and increases sleep efficiency, even on difficult nights. Maintaining consistent wake times prevents the rhythm from drifting, preserving your body's natural sleepiness signals at appropriate times. Exercise affects anxiety and sleep through multiple mechanisms, reducing stress hormones, increasing endorphins, raising body temperature, then allowing post-exercise cooling, and creating physical tiredness. Moderate aerobic exercise, done regularly, reduces anxiety symptoms by 30 to 40%. According to 2024 research in mental health and physical activity. However, timing matters. Intense exercise within 3 hours of bedtime can be activating for some people, raising core temperature and cortisol when you need them to drop. Morning or afternoon exercise provides benefits without disrupting sleep timing, working with your biology rather than against it. Mindfulness meditation trains your brain to observe thoughts and sensations without reacting to them, a skill particularly valuable for managing nighttime anxiety. Regular practice actually changes brain structure, increasing gray matter in the prefrontal cortex and decreasing reactivity in emotional centers. Research from 2024 using brain imaging shows that 8 weeks of daily mindfulness practice reduces emotional reactivity by 25 to 35%. When anxious thoughts arise at night, meditators can observe them passing like clouds rather than engaging with their content. The thoughts still appear, but they carry less emotional charge and less power to prevent sleep. Diet affects both anxiety levels and sleep quality through neurotransmitter production, blood sugar regulation, and gut-brain signaling. High sugar foods create blood sugar spikes and crashes that can trigger anxiety symptoms. Caffeine and alcohol both disrupt sleep architecture. Magnesium, found in leafy greens and nuts, supports calming neurotransmitter production and muscle relaxation. According to nutritional psychiatry research from 2024, people who eat Mediterranean-style diets, rich in vegetables, whole grains, fish, and healthy fats, show 40% lower rates of both anxiety disorders and chronic insomnia compared to those eating highly processed Western diets. Breathing exercises offer immediate anxiety relief because they directly activate your parasympathetic nervous system. Slow breathing, 6 breaths per minute, creates heart rate variability patterns that signal safety to your brain. The 4-7-8 technique. Inhale for 4 counts. Hold for 7. Exhale for 8. Creates mild oxygen changes that trigger a relaxation response. Research from Applied Psychophysiology and Biofeedback in 2024 shows that 10 minutes of structured breathing reduces cortisol by 20% and increases sleep onset probability within 30 minutes. Your breath is the fastest pathway to calm, always available, requiring no equipment or perfect conditions. Breathe slowly and notice this moment. Each breath you take is occurring in the present, not in yesterday's regrets or tomorrow's worries. Let each breath guide you to realize time is yours, a stream that only you are experiencing right now. While your thoughts may drift to past and future, your body exists only here, only now. The anxiety about what might happen tomorrow. Notice it's just a thought happening now. The worry about yesterday. Notice it's just a thought happening now. All of it is happening in this present moment, which is the only moment you ever truly inhabit. Cherish this moment, knowing that right now, in this breath, you are safe. And we continue drifting. Your nervous system has a natural capacity for healing and recalibration when given the right conditions. Neuroplasticity, your brain's ability to form new neural connections, continues throughout life. The anxiety patterns that disrupt your sleep were learned through repeated experience, and they can be unlearned through different repeated experiences. Research from 2024 in Neuroscience and Biobehavioral Reviews shows measurable changes in anxiety-related brain circuits within 6 to 8 weeks of consistent sleep-focused interventions. Your brain can rewire. The connections between bed and worry can weaken, while connections between bed and safety strengthen. The relationship between sleep and emotion regulation is bidirectional and powerful. Good sleep strengthens emotional regulation, making you more resilient to anxiety triggers. Poor sleep weakens regulation, making you more vulnerable. But this also means improving sleep, even slightly, begins to improve anxiety symptoms. A 2024 longitudinal study found that for every 30-minute increase in sleep duration, next-day anxiety symptoms decreased by 12%. Small improvements compound. One better night creates slightly less anxiety, which creates a slightly better next night. Positive cycles are possible. Sleep hygiene. The environmental and behavioral practices that support sleep creates foundations for better rest. Keep your bedroom cool, ideally 60 to 67 degrees Fahrenheit. Make it dark using blackout curtains or eye masks. Reduce noise or use white noise to mask disruptions. Reserve your bed for sleep only, not work or worry. These guidelines aren't cure-alls, but they remove obstacles. According to Sleep Medicine Reviews from 2024, optimizing sleep hygiene improves sleep quality by 15 to 25%, even without addressing anxiety directly. Gratitude practices before bed shift your mind from worry to appreciation, changing your pre-sleep emotional state. Writing 3 specific things you're grateful for, or mentally reviewing positive moments from your day, activates different neural networks than anxiety rumination. Studies from Positive Psychology in 2024 show that bedtime gratitude practice reduces pre-sleep anxiety by 20% and decreases sleep onset time by 12 minutes on average. You're giving your mind different material to process as you drift towards sleep. Appreciation rather than apprehension. The paradoxical intention technique suggests trying to stay awake rather than trying to sleep, removing performance pressure. When you lie in bed actively attempting wakefulness, the effort and pressure associated with sleep disappear. Research from 2024 shows this reduces sleep anxiety significantly, and most people fall asleep within 15 to 20 minutes of trying to stay awake. The technique works because it eliminates the very trying that creates tension. Sleep becomes something that happens to you rather than something you must achieve. Your sleep schedule stability matters more than perfection. Going to bed at the same time every night, even if you don't sleep well, reinforces circadian rhythms. Waking at the same time every morning, even after poor sleep, maintains your body's internal timing. According to 2024 chronobiology research, schedule consistency alone improves sleep efficiency by 20 to 30% within 2 weeks. Your body learns when to expect sleep, preparing physiologically by releasing melatonin, dropping temperature, and increasing adenosine at predictable times. Anxiety about health, consequences of poor sleep, often worsens the sleep problem itself. Yes, chronic sleep deprivation affects health. But one night, 1 week, even 1 month of disrupted sleep doesn't cause permanent damage. Your body is remarkably resilient. Research from 2024 in Sleep Medicine shows that most health effects of short-term insomnia reverse within 2 to 4 weeks of restored sleep. Knowing this can reduce the catastrophic thinking that maintains sleep anxiety. The thoughts that feel so urgent at 3 a.m. often disappear by morning because your prefrontal cortex regains capacity after sleep, even brief or fragmented sleep. The emotional tone changes. Problems that felt unsolvable feel manageable. This isn't delusion. It's your brain functioning with more resources. Sleep research from 2024 shows that even 90 minutes of sleep provides enough restoration for improved emotional regulation. Morning clarity is neurologically real, not just a saying. Imagery techniques can occupy your mind with neutral or pleasant content rather than anxiety. Imagining a peaceful scene in detail. A beach, forest, mountain meadow. Engages your sensory processing systems without triggering stress responses. Research from Imagination, Cognition and Personality in 2024 found that guided imagery reduces physiological activation within 5 to 7 minutes. your mind focuses on creating mental pictures rather than generating worry scenarios, providing the engagement that prevents rumination. The sleep drive accumulates steadily throughout the day as adenosine builds in your brain, even with anxiety. This biological pressure continues growing, creating increasingly strong signals toward rest. Processes slow naturally. Your body's systems begin their evening preparations. While anxiety might delay or fragment sleep, it cannot stop this fundamental biological momentum toward rest. This knowledge itself can create patience. Sleep's biological pull is powerful and persistent. Yoga Nidra, or yogic sleep, is a guided meditation practice that induces deep relaxation while maintaining awareness. Practitioners lie down while following verbal instructions through body awareness and visualization. Research from 2024 in the International Journal of Yoga shows that 30 minutes of yoga nidra produces rest equivalent to 2 hours of conventional sleep, reducing cortisol by 35% and improving next night's sleep quality significantly. The worry period technique. Scheduling 20 minutes during the day, specifically for worrying, can reduce nighttime rumination. When worries arise at night, you note them briefly to address during tomorrow's worry period. This externalizes concerns while training your mind that night isn't worry time. Studies from 2024 show this reduces nighttime anxiety symptoms by 30%, giving worries a designated outlet that isn't your sleep time. Social connection affects both anxiety levels and sleep quality. Isolation increases anxiety and worsens sleep, while supportive relationships buffer stress. Even brief positive social interactions release oxytocin, which reduces cortisol and promotes calm. Research from 2024 in Social, Psychological and Personality Science shows that people with strong social support networks fall asleep 15 minutes faster and wake less frequently than isolated individuals. White noise or pink noise can mask environmental sounds that might trigger awakenings in anxious sleepers. These steady sounds prevent your hypervigilant brain from processing every small noise as potential threat. Studies from 2024 found that continuous background noise reduces anxiety-related sleep disruption by 20 to 30%, creating a sound buffer that allows your nervous system to relax its guard. We now understand that anxiety and sleep exist in reciprocal relationship, each influencing the other through biological, psychological, and behavioral channels. Anxiety disrupts sleep through multiple mechanisms: stress hormones, worried thoughts, physical tension, hypervigilance. Poor sleep worsens anxiety by impairing emotional regulation and cognitive function. But this bidirectional relationship means intervention at either point helps both. Improving sleep reduces anxiety. Reducing anxiety improves sleep. Weighted blankets provide deep pressure stimulation that can reduce anxiety and improve sleep. The gentle, distributed weight activates pressure receptors that signal safety to your nervous system. Research from 2024 shows that using a weighted blanket reduces anxiety by 30% and increases sleep time by 35 minutes on average, creating a physical sense of security. The Japanese practice of Shinrin-yoku, or forest bathing, spending time in nature, reduces cortisol, lowers blood pressure, and improves sleep quality. Even brief nature exposure, 15 to 20 minutes, produces measurable stress reduction. Studies from 2024 show that people who spend time in nature daily fall asleep 20 minutes faster than those with minimal nature contact. Lavender aromatherapy shows genuine sleep-promoting effects through olfactory pathways to your limbic system. Inhaling lavender essential oil increases slow-wave sleep and creates subjective improvements in sleep quality. Research from 2024 in phytomedicine demonstrates that lavender reduces sleep onset time by 14 minutes and increases sleep efficiency, working through direct neurochemical pathways rather than just placebo. Journaling before bed, particularly expressive writing about worries, can reduce their nighttime intensity. Transferring concerns from your mind to paper externalizes them, making them feel less immediate and overwhelming. Studies from 2024 show that 15 minutes of bedtime journaling reduces rumination by 40%, giving worries a physical location outside your head where they can rest. The body scan meditation technique, systematically focusing attention through each body part, interrupts anxiety loops and promotes relaxation. As you notice sensations from toes to head without judgment, you anchor attention in present moment physical experience rather than future worries. Research from 2024 shows body scans reduce pre-sleep activation within 10 minutes, facilitating sleep onset. Magnesium supplementation can support sleep by promoting muscle relaxation and supporting calming neurotransmitter activity. Many adults consume less than recommended daily amounts of magnesium. Studies from 2024 show that magnesium supplementation improves sleep quality and reduces anxiety symptoms in those with low levels, with improvements appearing within 3 to 4 weeks. The 10-3-2-1-0 sleep rule creates structure. No caffeine 10 hours before bed. No food or alcohol 3 hours before. No work 2 hours before. No screens 1 hour before. 0 times hitting snooze. This framework removes common sleep disruptors. Research from 2024 shows following these guidelines improves sleep onset by 25 minutes. Temperature manipulation. Taking a warm bath 90 minutes before bed triggers sleep onset by creating an artificial temperature drop when you exit the bath. Your core temperature decreases rapidly, mimicking the natural nighttime cooling that signals sleep time. Studies from 2024 show this reduces sleep onset time by an average of 12 minutes and deepens sleep. Acupuncture and acupressure show evidence for reducing both anxiety and improving sleep through unclear but measurable mechanisms. Research from 2024 in Sleep Medicine Reviews, analyzing multiple trials, found that regular acupuncture sessions improve sleep quality scores by 30% and reduce anxiety symptoms by 25%, with effects lasting weeks after treatment ends. Your sleep improves not through perfection, but through persistent, gentle practice. Each night offers new possibility. Each intervention you try, whether breathing, temperature, timing, thought patterns, or environment, incrementally shifts your system toward balance. Research shows combined approaches work best, addressing anxiety and sleep through multiple pathways simultaneously. Small, consistent changes create sustainable transformation. Hope is justified. You might be feeling tired now. That's perfectly natural. Breathe slowly. Feel the cycles. Your breath moves in and out, an endless rhythm. Your heart beats steadily a drum that never stops, never rushes, simply continues. Day follows, night follows day. The earth rotating in its perfect orbit, unhurried, unresisting, like your breath. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. A small cycle within the vast turning of the universe. You are part of these eternal rhythms. You don't need to force anything. You don't need to control anything. Let everything unfold in its natural order, like planets silently rotating in their orbits, simply existing. Even your anxiety is part of a cycle. It rises, it falls, it changes. Nothing stays the same forever. We're almost there now. Your anxiety wants to keep you safe, but it doesn't always know what safety truly means. Sometimes safety is letting go, surrendering to sleep, trusting that the world will continue while you rest. The vigilance that feels protective becomes exhausting. Research from 2024 in Clinical Psychology Review shows that people who can acknowledge their anxiety's protective intention while gently disagreeing with its assessment show 40% better sleep outcomes. You can thank your anxiety for caring while choosing rest anyway. Each breath you take exchanges carbon dioxide for oxygen, a simple trade your body makes without thought or effort. Sleep is similarly automatic when you allow it. You don't make yourself breathe. You simply breathe. You don't make yourself sleep. You simply allow sleep to happen. The difference is subtle but profound. Trying creates tension. Allowing creates space. Studies from 2024 show that acceptance-based approaches improve sleep as effectively as active interventions. Sometimes more so. The darkness you might fear is actually your friend, signaling your internal clock to release melatonin, preparing your entire system for rest. Darkness isn't emptiness. It's fullness of a different kind, rich with restoration processes that only occur when light fades. Ancient humans slept in complete darkness, trusting the night. Your biology still carries this ancient wisdom. Knowing darkness means safety from predators, time for healing, permission to be vulnerable and unconscious. Your sleep doesn't have to be perfect to be restorative. Even fragmented sleep provides some benefits. Some memory consolidation, some emotional processing, some physical restoration. Research from 2024 shows that 6 hours of imperfect sleep supports functioning better than catastrophizing about sleep quality. Let go of the ideal perfect sleep fantasy. Real sleep, messy and imperfect, is enough. Your body works with what you give it, extracting rest from whatever sleep occurs. Worry thoughts lose power when you stop arguing with them. I might not sleep tonight. Instead of fighting this thought, you might respond, maybe, maybe not. Either way, I'm resting now. This neutralizes the thought's emotional charge. It's neither agreement nor disagreement, just acknowledgement. Studies from 2024 in metacognitive therapy show this approach reduces thought-related distress by 50%. The thought can exist without controlling you, like a cloud passing overhead. The silence of night isn't empty. It's filled with your heartbeat, your breathing, the settling of your home, distant sounds of life continuing. This soundscape can be comforting rather than threatening when you shift perspective. Each sound confirms you're here, alive, safe. Research shows that reframing nighttime sounds as evidence of safety rather than threats reduces hypervigilance. The refrigerator hum, the house creaking. These are sounds of shelter. Sleep is one of the few things that gets worse the more you try to control it. Releasing control feels counterintuitive when you're anxious, but it's precisely what allows sleep to return. You can't force relaxation or command sleep. You can only create conditions and then surrender. Studies from 2024 show that effortless sleep techniques, paradoxical intention, mindfulness, acceptance, outperform effortful approaches long-term. Your body has survived every difficult night you've experienced. 100% survival rate. Each morning has eventually arrived, no matter how endless the night felt. This pattern will continue. You will sleep again. You will wake again. You will have another chance tomorrow. This isn't blind optimism. It's statistical certainty based on your entire life history. Morning always comes. Compassion toward yourself changes your relationship with sleeplessness. Instead of anger at your inability to sleep, try, "This is hard. I'm struggling, and that's okay." Research from 2024 in self-compassion studies shows that people who practice self-kindness during insomnia recover normal sleep patterns 40% faster than those who practice self-criticism. Gentleness creates the safety your nervous system needs to relax. The present moment is the only moment where anxiety cannot exist. Anxiety lives in imagined futures. What might happen? What could go wrong? What you need to prevent. When you anchor fully in now, this breath, this sensation, this sound, anxiety dissolves. It has nowhere to exist. Mindfulness isn't spiritual bypassing. It's recognizing where suffering actually resides. Yes, anxiety attacks your sleep through countless pathways, but your capacity for healing is equally vast. Every relaxation practice strengthens parasympathetic pathways. Every kind thought reduces cortisol. Every sleep success, however small, rewires neural associations. Your brain is constantly adapting, learning, changing. The same neuroplasticity that created anxiety patterns can create calm patterns. Change happens gradually, then suddenly. The answer to what happens when anxiety attacks your sleep isn't just disruption. It's also opportunity. Opportunity to understand yourself, to develop practices that support nervous system regulation, to build resilience. Research shows people who work through sleep anxiety often develop deeper self-awareness and more sophisticated coping skills than those who never faced this challenge. Difficulty creates growth. Trust isn't the absence of fear. It's choosing to rest despite uncertainty. You can't know for certain you'll sleep tonight, but you can choose to lie down anyway, to close your eyes anyway, to breathe slowly anyway. This is trust, not naive belief, but courageous willingness to be vulnerable to rest even when your mind warns against it. Every person listening to this has experienced difficult sleep. You're not alone in this struggle. Millions lie awake tonight, worried about sleep, feeling isolated in darkness. But isolation is illusion. We're all here together, seeking rest, deserving peace, doing our best. This shared humanity connects us across distance, time, and individual circumstance. Sleep will come. Perhaps not when you demand it, but it will come. Your body's biological need for sleep is stronger than anxiety's resistance to it. Eventually, inevitably, sleep wins. This knowledge can create patience. You don't have to battle anxiety, just wait it out. Knowing sleep's victory is assured. The greatest insight isn't how anxiety attacks sleep, but how healing happens anyway. Despite disruption, your brain continues trying toward restoration. Despite fragmentation, your body extracts what rest it can. Despite worry, morning arrives. Your system is constantly working toward balance, health, survival. You don't heal sleep through force, but through partnership. Anxiety asks, what if something goes wrong? Calm answers, what if nothing does? Both are imagined futures. Neither is happening now. In this moment, you're lying down, breathing, safe. The catastrophe exists only in projection. The peace exists right here. You can choose which story to believe, which possibility to rest in tonight. Your sleep journey is unique. What works for others might not work for you, and that's okay. Some find relief through cognitive techniques, others through body-based practices, others through medication or therapy or time. There's no single path. Research from 2024 emphasizes personalized approaches. Your task is exploration, not perfection. Curiosity, not achievement. The thought "I need to sleep" creates urgency that prevents sleep. Try instead, "I'm resting now, and whatever happens is okay." This reframe removes pressure. Sleep becomes a gift you might receive, rather than a goal you must achieve. Paradoxically, caring less about sleep outcome often allows sleep to arrive more easily. Healing isn't linear. Some nights will be better, some worse. This variability is normal, expected, not failure. Research shows that even successful sleep interventions include difficult nights mixed with improved ones. Progress means the trend improves over weeks and months. Not that every single night is perfect. Patience honors reality. What if anxiety attacking your sleep has taught you something valuable? Perhaps deeper compassion for others who struggle. Perhaps awareness of your body's signals. Perhaps respect for rest's importance. Perhaps the practices you've learned will serve you far beyond sleep, supporting you through life's inevitable challenges. Difficulty often carries hidden gifts. The ultimate answer isn't found in facts or research, but in your own direct experience. When you finally sleep after a difficult night, your body knows relief that no study can capture. That embodied knowledge, that you can and do sleep, that morning comes, that you survive, is more powerful than any external reassurance. Anxiety attacks sleep, yes, but it doesn't win. Sleep is fundamental, biological, essential. Your body will not allow permanent sleeplessness. Every night offers new possibility. Every moment offers a choice to relax just a little more, to trust just a little deeper, to let go just a bit further into rest. So could anxiety permanently destroy your sleep? No. It can disrupt, delay, fragment, and complicate sleep. But sleep is more fundamental than anxiety. more ancient, more necessary. Your biology ensures you will sleep. The question isn't if, but when, and how peacefully you can allow it to happen. The real answer transcends neuroscience and psychology. You are not your anxiety, not your thoughts, not your sleep struggles. You are the awareness noticing all of it. The consciousness witnessing both the difficulty and the peace. From this perspective, you are already whole, already okay, already exactly where you need to be. And so, our quiet journey through anxiety and sleep comes to a gentle close. We've traveled from the worried thoughts that circle your mind to the biological systems that create tension, discovering along the way that you are neither broken nor alone in this struggle. From stress hormones flooding your system to the healing pathways that remain available, we've glimpsed how sleep is both vulnerable to anxiety and ultimately stronger than it. Your difficulty with sleep doesn't define you. It's simply a challenge you're learning to meet with greater understanding and compassion. Anxiety and sleep remind us that we are complex beings, biological and psychological, chemical and conscious. Much of the healing happens in silence, in darkness, in the letting go we practice each night. Your brain reveals patience, resilience, and persistent movement toward balance. Without rest, life loses its texture and joy. By pausing to notice your own needs, you glimpse the extraordinary care your body deserves. In these final minutes, take the deepest breath you can. As deep as possible, think about consciousness itself. Yours, mine, everyone listening. All awareness everywhere. Perhaps all connected in ways we don't yet understand. You are not alone in the universe of minds. Feel your boundaries softening. The distinction between you and the darkness around you becoming less certain. Your worries about sleep, your struggles with anxiety. These are waves on the surface of something much deeper. Beneath the waves, there is stillness. There is peace. There always has been. Let your entire being dissolve into the ocean of consciousness, into dreamless rest, into the space before thought. Prepare for deep sleep. No boundaries left. Only peace. This thoughtful exploration of consciousness creates bridges between searching minds. A gentle like and subscribe helps other sleepless souls discover this peaceful space too. One quiet tap, one sleepy soul at a time. But there's no need to do anything now. Nothing at all. You've traveled far tonight, farther than most journeys take you. You can allow these thoughts of anxiety and sleep to fade now, like morning mist dissolving in sunlight, leaving only the gentle calm behind. Let your breathing deepen. Let your body feel heavier, as if gravity itself is pulling you softly toward the earth, toward rest, toward the sleep you deserve. If sleep comes, let it carry you like a river flowing to the ocean, smoothly, inevitably, into a realm where time and weight no longer matter, where worry cannot follow. If your eyes are still open, the next video is waiting for you, ready to continue the journey. But if they're closed, stay there. Stay in the darkness that feels safe and warm. Tomorrow, your challenges will still exist. Your life will still require your attention. But tonight belongs to stillness. Rest well, weary traveler. And remember, your anxiety is not your enemy. Your sleeplessness is not your failure. and your struggle has taught you courage you didn't know you possessed. Fall asleep to gentle psychology, where science meets sleep. Dream deeper with bedtime facts. Relax, listen, and drift into sleep. Good night.